Do not be deceived. Everyone walking this earth faces household wickedness. This fantasy that Hollywood and the media is presenting onto you, that when someone reaches something in their life, something big, like starting their own business and becoming successful and all of that, and that they have all the relatives and family supporting and rejoicing for them, look, that may be an exception here and there. The rule is that your own household will turn on you once you gain too much influence. Because once you have more influence, you have more to say. Your will is more relevant, and your will gets more results. And they have to find a way to deal with that will of yours. But what if they don't want to deal with that will of yours and with your impact? They're going to resist your impact or try to sabotage your impact. And when that doesn't work, they'll rage against you. They'll turn on you, wanting to get rid of you, wanting to hunt you down. Some may even become homicidal towards you. Now, I'm not saying this to scare anyone. Don't become paranoid, don't become fearful, just be realistic. When you grow in influence and in impact, you will have resistance. You will have people turning on you. It doesn't even have to be something big. It can be that you're the only one in your family that starts your own business. Or maybe you're the only one in the town you grew up in. Maybe you grew up in a town and you're the only one with your own business. Everyone else has 9 to 5 jobs that many of them hate. And you have your own business. And you can go on holiday more than they do. It's very hard. It's very difficult to work for you because you need to arrange everything on your own. You don't have a boss and an administration doing it, but they don't look at that. They look at it this way. You are going to them think you're something by starting your own business. But here's the thing, they are projecting their fear and their anxieties onto you. And now they're blaming you for how they feel. Well, they're the ones holding on to a 9 to 5 job and not looking for other options besides it. So it's really not you doing them anything. They are now projecting onto you. And now they're becoming enemies of you. Want to sabotage you, accusing you and all of that. Look, household wickedness is real. Christ was very real about it. He said, one's enemies will be from one's own household. Why am I repeating this knowledge? Because when you see other people having so-called prosperity or so-called success, ask the following question. How do they deal with household wickedness? I'm telling you, ask yourself that question. This is the question we often don't ask. This is the question often doesn't even come up in our mind. How are they dealing or coping with household wickedness? On social media, because social media has become part of daily lives of many people now, many people want to present an image to convince outsiders. But that image is not real. It can be that you have a young man. He is a manager at a bank, and he has his own small business somewhere in Korea, just a small shop, and he has people working for him over there. He reached this. He's happy about it. Some of his colleagues at the job are praising him for his courage, for having his own shop, besides being a full-time manager. But here's the thing. His own relatives hate his guts. They think, who does Kevin think Kevin is, huh? Going all the way to Korea, opening his own shop, and opening a shop over here. They're complaining about him all the time. Some of his former classmates are now upset because this Kevin has people listening to him, giving honor to what he's saying. When Kevin was younger, a lot of people tend to ignore him because they thought this Kevin is not important to say, he's not that important. Now that Kevin is important and people acknowledge his importance, they are offended because they still want to see him as an unimportant guy. That's the image they have of him to feel good about themselves. If they need to alter this perception of Kevin, they need to face themselves. And now they need to give an account why they thought Kevin was that important. But they can't explain it, so they don't want to face all of that. So now they're upset with Kevin, hating his guts. But they pretend to be friends with him. And Kevin, at the other hand, notices that his relatives and many of his former classmates and people are against him. But on social media, from time to time, he goes to a pub or a movie with them and makes pictures, and everyone is smiling, and he puts them on Instagram and on social media. And the world thinks that's Kevin, that wealthy businessman is also a full-time manager at the bank. Here he is with his relatives, his family. He has a great life. It's fake. Totally fake. But on social media, this happens so often. You have many people, both young and old, trying very hard to convince others they're having a great life, while behind the scenes, man, household wickedness is devouring them. But they manage to cope with it and to be at ease or to feel relieved and to be able to continue coping. They want the affirmation and the validation of the outside world they're having a great life. That's why they are using social media. That's why such folks, when they sense that you see through their BS, they will remove themselves from you, they will block you, they will disappear from you. Why? Because you were able to see reality, will see through their masquerade. And they don't want that. They really want your approval. They want your validation so they can feel good about themselves. Because the reality is they don't have a great life. The reality is they're being devoured by jealousy and hatred. The reality is they have to cope with and put up with a lot of stuff. But they want to get ease from outsiders. Outsiders praise them for having a good life. So when you encounter successful people, ask the following question: how do they deal or cope with household wickedness? This is something everyone will face. Everyone. It doesn't matter whether your success is small or big, you will face household wickedness. And household wickedness can either, not only household wickedness, not either, I'm sorry, that was the wrong word. Household wickedness can often lead to homicide. Why do you think that most homicide victims knew the perpetrator? I'm telling you, open your eyes. Ask yourself, how does someone deal with household wickedness? That's the one question we don't ask about successful people. I'm telling you to ask it unto yourself. Asking this question will provoke you to look at the bigger picture. And it will prevent Satan from sowing seeds of discontent in your spirit. Because when you only see successful people as these successful gods or as these successful entities, you are dehumanizing them, not in a sense that you objectify them. You still know, they're human, they have their issues, all of that. But by dehumanizing them, by seeing them as these successful entities, you forget that they are also vulnerable and they also may have predators coming after them. I'm not telling you this to condemn you and or to point finger at you. I'm instructing you to be more practical in how you relate to other people and be more practical in how you relate to success stories. And by doing this, you will become more compassionate also. Well, that's it for now. Agree with Christ and be at peace.